What if tonight you went to sleep not knowing whether your home would still exist in the morning? Imagine your child learning the sound of explosions before learning the alphabet. Or waking up to silence so heavy that it feels dangerous. This is not a scene from a movie, it is the reality of war. War does not only destroy buildings and borders, it destroys the human sense of safety. When conflict begins, ordinary life disappears overnight. Parents stop planning for the future and start planning for survival. Children who once worried about homework begin worrying about where to hide. The human brain shifts into emergency mode, flooding the body with stress hormones that keep people alert but also exhausted. Sleep becomes shallow, peace feels unfamiliar, and even quiet moments can feel threatening. Over time, this constant fear rewires the mind. People may jump at sudden sounds, struggle to trust others, or feel emotionally numb just to cope. For soldiers, the psychological burden is often unbearable. Many are young people placed in situations no mind is prepared for, forced to witness suffering, destruction, and death on a scale that shatters their understanding of the world. Some must make impossible decisions in seconds, decisions that haunt them long after the battlefield is silent. Psychologists call this moral injury, the deep pain that comes from acting against one's own values in order to survive. When these soldiers return home, they often carry invisible wounds. Post-traumatic stress disorder can trap them in memories they cannot escape. A loud noise can feel like gunfire, a crowded street can feel like danger, and nightmares can replay moments they wish they could forget. Loved ones may see them physically present but emotionally distant because part of them is still living in the war. Civilians suffer just as deeply. Families are torn apart, homes are reduced to rubble, and communities that once felt familiar become unrecognizable. Children growing up in war lose the foundation of safety that shapes healthy development. Instead of playgrounds and celebrations, they remember sirens, shelters, and fear. These experiences can shape their personalities for life, creating anxiety, trust issues, or a constant expectation that disaster will return. War also brings overwhelming grief. People lose parents, partners, friends, and neighbors, often without the chance to say goodbye. There is rarely time to mourn properly because survival comes first. This unresolved loss can stay buried inside, resurfacing years later as sadness, anger, or emptiness. Some survivors experience guilt simply for being alive, wondering why they survived when others did not. Even when the fighting stops, the suffering does not end. Cities can be rebuilt, but broken minds take far longer to heal. Fear and suspicion can linger between people, making trust difficult. Entire societies may carry collective trauma that shapes their culture and future decisions for generations. War also steals ordinary happiness. Birthdays, weddings, laughter with friends. These simple human moments become rare or disappear entirely. People stop dreaming about the future because tomorrow feels uncertain. Life shrinks to a single goal, staying alive, while some individuals eventually develop strength and appreciation for life after surviving such hardship. This growth does not justify the suffering. It simply shows how resilient humans are when forced to endure the unimaginable. War is not good for mankind because it attacks the very essence of what makes us human: safety, connection, hope, and dignity. It turns homes into targets, neighbors into enemies, and childhood into survival training. The true cost of war cannot be measured only in numbers or territory. It lives in sleepless nights, broken families, silent trauma, and hearts that no longer feel safe. Peace, on the other hand, is not just the absence of conflict, it is the presence of stability, trust, and the freedom to live without fear. If humanity truly wants progress, protecting peace must matter more than winning wars, because every conflict leaves scars that can last far longer than the fighting itself. If this video made you reflect on the hidden psychological cost of war, consider subscribing to MindeticPsy for more deep insights into the human mind, trauma, resilience, and the forces that shape our world. Because understanding psychology helps us protect what matters most, our shared humanity.